The court ruled that each party would have 30 minutes for the oral submission, which will be added to the written addresses filed by the parties. The court, however, would not inform the parties on the order to which the submission will be made. Earlier in the morning, counsel for the petitioners had objected to the late filing of written address by the third respondent, claiming it was a show of disrespect to the orders of the court.
Meant to be obeyed. When the third respondent realized they could not meet the deadline given by the court, the proper thing to do was to bring a formal application before the deadline, because they must have been aware they could not meet the deadline. The order of the court was that all parties were to file simultaneously. They delayed filing, and they have been served with our address. They delayed filing, obviously spent the whole night going through our address. Looking into their eyes, they have had no sleep at all.
But counsel for the third respondent, Chachu Chikata, sought to explain the cause for the late submission of the address, blaming his lateness on compilation of his appendices.
Submissions this morning, the delay in filing was occasioned by the fact that we needed to have the appendices. We have more than 10 appendices, and for the convenience of your lordships particularly, we decided to have it bound together in one volume with the address itself, and therefore we respectfully ask formally to have your leave for the late filing this morning.
After a long legal battle, the justices of the Supreme Court granted the third respondent the opportunity to file their written address due to the magnitude of the case.
We note that the act that caused the delay in complying with the deadline of 30th July 2013 for filing addresses was for the benefit of this court. Nonetheless, counsel should have, as a senior counsel, been guided by the reasonable foreseeability test in preparing his loose appendices ab initio. It must not lightly be taught that court orders are any but solemn matters, which ought to be treated as such. However, considering the close extent of the delay, the third respondent's address was filed